lot of money sat on this sofa right now, and you guys are probably losing your minds with a million questions that you're going to shove down in the comments on any which one of these models. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now you'll have to excuse me if I look a little bit flustered. It is insanely warm outside, it's about 28 degrees, and inside this room it's even hotter. I have a fan on. It's just to make this video let me cope while recording it, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. It's one of them things here or there. But it's clearing out, I say clearing out, I'm never really clearing out the gun room, but I was getting things together, and while I was getting stuff out, I've got this Gangster City event coming up in August, which you probably see me talk about on the live streams. If you're not on the live streams on the Discord, make sure you get on board. I'm always on Discord with Thor, and we're talking airsoft, or you'll see us designing stuff in Fusion or anything like that. Only normally things that we can. There's a lot of things being designed in Fusion, but I can't always show it. I am working on something super interesting, but it's going to be a long way off. So this event's coming up in August. If you're new to it, go and search Gangster City. It's a great event. I've booked onto the Bronx Boys, which is the green team. It's gang warfare, Grand Theft Auto, everything all mixed into one, and an absolute amazing airsoft event. But while I was getting this stuff together, I was having a discussion with Thor on the Discord, and I was like, I'm one of these people that leaves it to the very last minute getting things ready. So I will leave it till literally a couple of hours until I need to wake up for the event, and I'll start getting stuff ready. So I don't want to do that. I want to get in front. Now, if I want to get in front, I need to decide on what I'm going to take, because you guys know I've got a lot of replicas. So I'm predominantly going to be running gas blowbacks, with one caveat, which you'll see in a minute. So I'll get them out, talk about a few things. You guys can see, obviously, bits and pieces that I've got, because you're always asking me to show off my MWSs. And then you can get involved in the comments below and let me know what you think I should take. So I'm probably taking gas blowbacks now. First, I'm going to get out the MWSs, and when I say I'm going to get out the MWSs, these are the ones that are just mainly together. One thing you won't see is my Marui AKM, which is currently in 1,000,000 bits, so I didn't really fancy like speed running that together, literally just to get it in shot. But I'm going to get the MWS rifles behind me, and then we're going to talk a little bit more, and then we're going to talk about some non-MWS rifles that I might decide to take. So let's get into the action. Toxicant MCX CSAW, yeah, very cool rifle. Toxicant MCX Rattler, a beautiful Marui M733 MWS. Got my Geisley DMR, which is built on an MTR16. The one that you've seen probably a lot on the YouTube, which is the Mark 18. We've got the SLR PDW B15 build, which is mostly together. And we got the Double Eagle Noveski N4. Right, kicking off with the non-MWS models, we've got the VFC M249 gas blowback, which is converted to run on HPA. Probably not be able to see that. I'm going to struggle to get all these in shots, so you have to bear with me. A fairly new rifle, the KWA Lithgow Arms F90. We've got my APFG or VFC MPX. We've got the Lama Defense GHM9-G, the VFC MP5K PDW with sliding B&T style stock and M-lock handguard, and of course the newly released Arctic B&T APC9K. So yeah, a lot of money sat on this sofa right now, and you guys are probably losing your minds with a million questions that you're going to shove down in the comments on any which one of these models. I'll do my best. I'd like to do this on a live stream. I would really love to jump on YouTube and live stream these guys, but YouTube won't allow me. And I think if I live stream it on Twitch, no one really follows me on Twitch, so it would just go unseen anyway. So first of all, I want to get some taken out of the mix that I'm definitely, in my mind, I'm definitely not going to take. There's a lot of missing rifles here, just because they're in parts for whatever reason. Perhaps they're getting replacement parts, perhaps I'm testing parts. It could be any which way, the reason why they're not featured. First, the KWA Lithgow Arms F90. Now this is predominantly an AUG, as you guys know it. It's a superb replica that I haven't really had much time on, which I won't be taking just for the fact is I don't have enough mags for it. KWA, notice me please. So I've only got about 2 mags, and again it would require me to change up my gear, and then I'd have to look at, you know, modifying this thing to how I'd want to run it. It's just a lot of things. I know it's 2 months in the future, but this could make a load more work for me that I don't really need right now. So the F90 is out. The next one is probably a shock surprise, the GHM9. Now this would be a perfect replica for Gangster City. It's lightweight, it's an SMG that takes, you know, Glock style mags. This one doesn't tend to like Marui mags for some reason. And again, it's just a magazine thing, which is probably why I won't take it, because I have other options which I've got tons of mags for. They're already kitted out. That would be the only reason I wouldn't take it. Not to say it isn't a great replica, because it is, and it's absolutely astonishing for the money. Just not quite yet. Lambda, maybe in the future. I think it's easy to negate the non-MWS models, because I could take one box of mags and carry all these. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rifles, which there could be more on the way. The MP5K. Now, since I've built this, I haven't used it. It is in pristine condition, and the only reason that I'm subtracting this, I do have enough mags to run it. It is an absolute fantastic gun to shoot. You've got all that manual of arms of an MP5, giving it the HK slap. It's very heavy, even with the stock delete of the side folder. But I'm also talking to another airsofter, which is Flo, and she registered a lot of interest in this MP5, and she's got some things that she thinks I might be interested in, which might be good for the channel. So this could be going up for grabs. If something doesn't happen there, it might go up in the Discord. It's a very, very nice piece. I don't know whether I'm going to split it down just yet, because I did want a full size, because I've got the lit forend, which I think is how I'd probably want to run an MP5. The MP5K is a weird one, because I bought it because somebody had the MP5K PDW in stock and not the full size. That being said, it's a bit of a question mark, so the MP5K is out. And this might be a strange video. You guys haven't seen me on a video like this for a long time. Now, I have recorded a similar video to this about the toolbox stacking system that I'm going to be using for a lot of stuff, and I've recorded a couple of episodes, and I haven't got, this was months and months and months ago, haven't got round to recording the subsequent parts, so it just sits on the desktop with a load of videos just waiting to be edited. That being said, one thing I am going to be taking is my VFC M249. Now, this is an absolutely astonishing replica from VFC, and this thing is just built for auto. It's got a genuine EOTech on there to help deal with the recoil. It's got one of my heavy recoil kits in there. It runs on HPA, so it literally would be just, you know, an absolute beast of a support gun. It's got the sliding stock, so I can pack it down to quite a small size. And the reason why I'm taking this is literally just because if I don't want to go out, because Gangster's one of these events where you can constantly go back to and from your fob, which is where all your gear is, which is why I tend to like to take a few more replicas than usual I would to a game day, like a normal skirmish day. You're getting bored, you're getting a bit like, I don't know, a bit winded with the game. You can come back to your kit, you can pick up a new loadout and just head out and start having some fun again. So if I'm getting a bit fed up of carrying my Agilite rig with all my MWS mags, because it does get quite heavy, and I just want to go out with a backpack and a 249 and just a box mag full of a couple of thousand rounds, this thing absolutely rips. So this will definitely be going with me. So yeah, we'll see. There is a couple of videos I need to do on this. One is I've changed the box mag now, so I've gone to an S&T M249 box mag. There was a bit of modification needed in that, but that seems to be running much better than the A&K box mag. But I do need to make some adjustments to the mag to make it a little bit easier to use. So M249 is in. As well as gas blowback rifles and a support gun just in case I'm feeling it, I did want to take a couple of SMGs. Now, you guys know I absolutely love the MPX. Now, this hasn't actually made it out to a game yet. I've just been messing about with it. Now, I do need to get it out somewhere to range test it and see if I need to modify the hop or anything like that, change the rubber out. But the MPX is an absolutely astounding gas SMG. Why APFG or VFC can't make all their rifles like this, I don't know. But this just is an absolute crusher of a GBB. And that's a really weird crusher. What was I going with that? But it's a stonking replica. The rate of fire on it is immense. I've got a ton of mags for it. It looks tactical as fuck. And, of course, I can close the stock down, so if I'm getting in and out of vehicles, because at Gangster you steal vehicles, you do drive-bys, this inside of a vehicle is going to be nice and pointy. So I did want to take an SMG. Now, as well as my MPX, I did recently pick up the B&T Archwick APC 9K. Now, I have had a bunch of mags delivered for this today, which is the 25th of June, July. We're in July yet? No, we're in June. We're in June, aren't we? Losing track of my days now. So I'd ordered a load of mags of BZ Tactical, so I've got an extra 4 mags for this today. This, again, is going along the ethos of the MPX, but this is an even smaller package. I know the lighting might not be great here for you guys, and I'm holding a black gun in front of a black t-shirt, I know, but this is folded down to an even smaller package, and I could carry this with a little chest rig with a couple of extra mags. Again, if I want to go speedy, if I'm not going out to cause absolute havoc, the light loadout's probably where it's going to be at. So I'll be taking those when I'm on the game day. I'll see how I feel, see how they're performing, and then I can make a choice on one or the two. And now we get into the meat and taters of this whole discussion, which is probably what you guys came for, the MWSs. How do you choose which MWS you're going to take? When there's 7 here, I think there's 1 more upstairs, and there's 2 more on the way. So I've got the Guns Modify 416A5, which I got from, I hit up the guys at JK Army, said, can you get me one of these? They said, yeah, which one do you want? I said, I've seen a nice like FDE one, not that weird RAL 8000, but the proper FDE. They've hooked me one up. They sent it really quick, but currently in the UK it's sat in customs for the past 10 days, and I just don't know what's going on with it. Customs is one of them things, there's not really a lot you can do. So the 416, I'll make an assumption in a video and I'll judge that when it turns up. The second rifle that's coming in is actually a second rifle from Double Eagle. Now they're working on a new rifle that they're going to be releasing very soon, and they've asked me for my details. They said they want to send me one over, see what I think of it, and I said absolutely. So it's probably going to be along with the Vesky line. I'm in the unknown at the moment. I don't even think they've announced what they're doing next. So Double Eagle. Now this one is actually broken. I managed to break the nozzle, and it just, I imploded the nozzle, and it was basically my fault. So this gun has worked phenomenally up till now. I take it to every game day as a backup gun. That's literally why I bought it, because I'll be running MWS. If I have a problem, I can pick this up, or if a buddy's MWS goes down, I can loan this out to them with confidence that if it breaks, you know, it's not, if said person says they want to replace it or we need to get parts for it, it's not an expensive replica. Where if I'm handing out like a couple of £1,000 worth of MWS, it's not something I really want to do because, you know, it's a lot of money. So the Double Eagle Noveski N4, as cracking as a rifle it is, I think the only reason I would probably take it to Gangster is if one of my friends go in, because one of my friends is meant to be going. He has an MWS, but I don't think he has a spare, so I'll probably just take it as a spare for him just in case he has any problems. The B15, as nice as it is and as compact as it is, I just haven't, you know, tested this thing yet. I've been building it for a long time. I keep putting it on the shelf and not picking it up again. It is in a configuration now where it will work. It should work absolutely fine, but you know, I don't want any unknowns when I'm at the weekend event, and this could be an unknown because it's not tested. It's got a load of parts put in it and I really don't know what's going on with it. That could just be a bad decision away. So the B15 is out. Now, probably one of my main battle rifles that I have used before I got the Toxicants would be my Mark 18. This is a very good rifle. It's a standard Mark 18 as you get from Marui. It's got one of my stainless steel barrel nuts in. It's got the usual, you know, hop and barrel upgrades that I tend to like to do. The only difference is if I do take this, I probably won't run it in this configuration. If you haven't seen the video, many videos ago now, I was building a second upper, so I was building a Mark 16 URGI style build. So if I do take this, I'll take it as URGI and I'll just have it as a nice lightweight battle rifle. Again, this could be something that I take as a backup rifle to one of the others. Now, the Geisley DMR Super Duty. This is a very cool rifle indeed. It's had a lot of money spent on it to get it to this stage, and as nice as it is, it's something that I never use. It is high powered, but it's locked to semi-auto, and the scope that's normally on this is now sat on the CSAW, the MCX. So this, I think, isn't going to be the role that I go to if I'm going to this rifle has the best trigger of all my MWSs. It had a guns modified trigger set that only used some of the parts, and the trigger is just, I haven't been able to replicate that in my Mark 18 yet. I just don't know how. I fitted all the same parts, and it just doesn't want to do it. So as nice as this is, and it is getting scratched and dinged here and there when it's been in gun bags, I don't think I want to be running a DMR at this event. And the reason for that is I'm probably going to take, as well as these rifles, I'm probably going to take a bolt action. Now, I want to be building an SRS just as a, you know, reliable bolt action, just in case I want to pick one up and start plinking at people long distance. So Empire's going to hook me up with an SRS. I'm probably not going to take my TAC 41 that you've probably seen in videos before, because it is very heavy for what it is. But I will be working with Silverback Airsoft very soon. I don't know if I've announced this. I might have said it in a live stream maybe, but I don't think I've announced it in a video. Silverback Airsoft actually reached out to me, and they're willing to work with me. They've sent me a couple of rifles. I don't know when they're going to turn up. So it's their new, I think the TAC 41P Sport they've sent, and they've also sent the TAC 41 Light. So if I do take a bolty, sorry, cat's pushing the tripod there. If I do take a bolty, it'll probably be something like the TAC 41 Light, because it's something that I'm probably going to put a side folding stock on, and when I go out with one of my MWSs, I'll just maybe carry it in a pack. If I'm going heavy, carry it out in a pack or have it on the back of the rig, just in case the situation calls for it. But that's why, that's the reason. Moving down the line is my very this gun probably holds more sentimental value with me, just because it's very, not because I've had it for a long period of time, but it's just different to every other rifle that I have. This retro MWS, and one of my friends keeps begging to buy this off me, and I'm hoping that I never cave to the pressure of, you know, having some money back on this thing. But I think it just wouldn't net me what I value this in my mind. So I've got a value or a figure for this of what it is to me, and I don't think anybody in their right mind would pay that. But it's a phenomenal looking, probably one of the best looking MWSs I have if you're into your retro stuff. And it's literally nothing else goes on it. I don't need a rail. I've got a very cheap sight. I think this was actually a King Arms. I think it was like 80-90 quid. But just a little red dot on there. To be honest, it would make sense with Gangster, because you've got the film Heat, of course, bank robbers, police. If I did take it, I'd probably remove the sight and just run it irons and just keep it nice and light. That could be a gun, because this is very, very light. This could be a gun that I take just to have a light loadout, but then I'm taking multiple guns and I don't really want to do that. Moving down to the MCXs, the Rattler, I know this thing runs absolutely perfectly. I just have to take it apart and check it, make sure all the bolts and everything are nice and tight, because it did work itself loose on both rifles. Again, this fits into the SMG category in terms of being nice and light. This would be a great gun for nighttime stuff because it's so light. I can fold the stock if I'm going through buildings, which you can't do with a normal M4, and have it functional because there's nowhere for the bolt to go. So this could be a nighttime gun. Maybe we're defending the fob, maybe we're going out trying to snatch some stuff. It's just very nice. And what I found with all this repro stuff is the batteries never last. But yeah, that could be a thing. It's very small, doesn't take up a lot of space. You want to take it in a kit bag. Now the CSAW is something that I do want to take. I've changed it up, I've stripped it all down. I think I would have this as a daytime gun. I've took all the lights and pecs off it and everything like that. I've literally just kept the suppressor, and I've took the primary arm scope off the DMR on this, which fits really well. You've got a nice 1x optic, which is pretty much as good as a red dot, and then I can zoom it in if I need a little bit more telescopic sight in terms of target acquisition, stuff like that. Same thing, it's got the SIG stock on there, and I can side fold it if I really want to, getting in and out of vehicles. It just fills ticks a lot of the boxes for what I'm going to need for a weekend gun. That being said, I've been through a lot of guns with you guys now. We're probably well over the 20-minute mark. I wanted this to be a quick video, and then very quickly realised it wasn't going to be a quick video. But those are the choices. Now again, I've got a new rifle from Double Eagle on the way. Perhaps I'll take that as a backup gun, who knows? Again, massive unknown. And I've got the 416A5 from Guns Modify, which I would like to kit up and take and see how it does. If I had my way and I had more, unlimited space, let's say I had a big van, I'd just take the lot and just play about and just see how I feel. See how I feel on the day. But you guys normally have plenty of questions on this MWS stuff, so I thought while I'm cleaning out the room, moving all the stuff out to eventually move it all back in, we'll just sit and talk for a minute. And I hope the fan hasn't bothered you too much. Thanks for tuning to this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you're going to come to Gangster and you want to book on the Bronx Boys, you're more than welcome to run with us if you want to. I'm literally just going with a load of strangers as well, and some, I'm hoping a couple of mates book on. Some have, some haven't. Come and get involved, come and say hi. It's a very friendly environment. I've been speaking to Flo as well, and all of her group are going as well, so I think it's going to be a great event. We're going to be battling the Lost Lobons. We're also going to be mixing with the local police force, and I'm hoping the weather's good, and I'm hoping the event is as good as most gangsters have been up till this point. But thank you very much for watching, and not as always, from me and Couch, we'll see you. Well, maybe we won't see you in the next one.